Hi, my beautiful friends. My name is Kimberly Rolls. Most of you probably know me either because you're my friends. If you are, hello. And if you're my Instagram friend, hello. And you may know me from Kimberly Corner, the founder of the website Kimberly Corner with a K, or a Facebook group, Kimberly Corner, or my private Facebook group, if you'd like to join that, is Raising the Vibration. Love to see you in there. I am out in nature, getting grounded. I talk a lot about raising my vibration, being with my higher self, raising my consciousness. And there are days where I just need to get grounded. And today is one of those days, and I like walking in nature, being in nature. And I just felt like this calling to talk to you about some stuff that I had on my mind while I was walking. And I think about how many close relationships that I've made with many of you through social media. Social media is wild. I'm so unbelievable grateful to have such a massive community of beautiful souls like yourself. And my work and my voice would never have a chance to impact so many lives if it wasn't for social media. And so for that, I am so grateful. Don't get me wrong. But with all great things comes its share of downfalls. I probably don't post as much as I should. And obviously, to be a more successful entrepreneur, that is the way that things are going. And many of you probably don't know my entire story, going back 10 years, 11 years now, when I had my awakening. But started, breaking away from the corporate environment about 3 years ago. And decided to dedicate more of my time to teaching people what I've learned over the last 10, 11 years. So this year, 2020, I've really decided is going to be a year where you're going to learn a lot more about me, a lot more about what I've learned, because I've been so scared to come out with a lot of the woo-woo things that I've learned. But I'm seeing a lot of other teachers, coaches talking about it, and I wanted to talk about it from my perspective, because a lot of people, I think, make light of a lot of things that are actually very spiritual and serious, and I just wanted to talk to you about it from my perspective. But anyway, I have followed a lot of these beautiful bloggers, entrepreneurs, and business role models on Instagram in hopes of getting inspired to build my business and post beautiful pictures. And social media was not always this amazing place for me. In fact, I went through a really low period of time when I first started on Instagram and Facebook. And it was crazy though. When I watch these women, they all have these luxurious success stories all over the internet, but never once spoke of any of their failures. And never once showed the unsexy that comes along with building a business from the ground up. So I always felt less than. It was just a bunch of beautiful photos with matching filters. And don't get me wrong, it's stunning. But I couldn't help compare my journey to theirs. And I remember looking at their photos and leaving discouraged, thinking to myself, wow, what am I doing wrong? How come it's so easy for them and not for me? And so I wanted to just talk about this because I'm sure that some of you might be feeling the same way. It took me a very long time to realize that Instagram, especially, is the more popular, I guess, now than Facebook, but that just dates me. It's not the behind the scenes of real life. And, people will post what they want you to see and what they think is pretty and clickable and in line with their platform. Social media will never show the full story. And I think that my platform is a representation of about 0.00001% of my actual life, because it's physically impossible to fit everything into a grid of photos, 15-second clips, and 2,200 character captions. Am I right? So I have ups and downs just like everyone else. I feel fears, I worry and stress about dumb little things from time to time. And this might come as a shock to you, but so does every other successful person that you follow on social media. Trust me on this. I have talked to many, maybe not so much many of the famous ones, but, many influencers, many coaches, and highlight reels can be faked. And what cannot be faked are the genuine feelings that you have about your life. So there's nothing worse than achieving a goal and feeling completely empty after having done so. I've had like these moments and they're really scary. And I've achieved tremendous highs and still felt emptiness and sadness because I was chasing like this external for the wrong reasons. It's a lesson that I had to learn, and that life is about fulfillment, not just money, success, awards, accolades, titles, and stuff. And fulfillment comes from the contribution, the connection that, we make. It comes from play and laughter and joy and doing what you love for the sake of loving it and giving to others for the sake of giving. The best way to find out if what you're creating is going to bring you real fulfillment is just to ask yourself why. Why are you creating this? Who is it for? Like what I'm doing right now, I didn't need to stop in the middle of my hike and record this, but I just felt all this bottling up and I wanted to get it out, and I just felt the need to let it out because I feel like some of you might need to hear this right now. Are you trying to please someone? Who are you trying to please? What are you doing for outside validation? Is this for the ego, or is this truly because of your higher self guiding you to do it? And I have another episode that I want to do about the ego, because I think the ego sometimes gets a bad rap, and I want to talk about more about the ego, but I won't go there now and keep this super long or anything, don't worry. So most important of all, what feeling am I chasing, and how can I feel this feeling right now? So no matter how my life works from the outside, I am genuinely happy. This is the real differentiator when it comes to setting big goals. If you're just looking at all the material goods that you want when it comes to setting a goal, let me tell you, my friends, when the going gets tough, you're going to be way more apt to give up. So if you don't have a strong, purposeful why behind every goal you desire, you're setting yourself up for a much more challenging journey. How much better does it sound to work towards something really big that you desire, but feel like completely aligned and fulfilled the entire way, right? I mean, that sounds like music to my ears. And while you're out there doing your thing and manifesting your desires, make sure you're focusing on your efforts on creating a life that just feels just as good on the inside as it looks on the outside. And if you're ready to make 2020 your most fulfilled and aligned year of your life, then I invite you to join me and hundreds of people on my Facebook page, Kimberly Corner, KIMBERLEE, KORNER, or like I said, join my private Facebook group, Raising the Vibration. We're not going to just set big goals this year that you're going to feel confident about achieving, but you're going to know exactly why you're headed in the direction you are. New Year's resolutions mean nothing if you don't have a plan and a purpose behind them. And I have some big things come, people to interview, some things to tell you that you don't know about me yet, some things I know that I haven't talked about, and I'm excited to share it with you this year, and I hope that it helps like hundreds and thousands of you, and that you can share it with other people and it helps them, and just goes and goes and goes and goes. Create a life that feels just as good when you look on the outside, when you manifest everything you've ever dreamed of. And that is my story for you today, my friends. Manifest, yes, get in touch with your higher self, create, stay grounded, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.